and welcome to The Market Bull. I'm Rebecca Marsh, and our guest today who joins us via Zoom from Canada is Tony Greenaway, the Executive Director at Core Energy Minerals. Tony, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, look, thanks very much for having me tonight.
So, Tony, Core Energy Minerals recently acquired two highly prospective South Australian uranium licences. Just tell us, what excited you about these projects?
You're right, the South Australian projects are fantastic for us. We have a portfolio of projects already existing within the company, but they're quite early stage. So where the South Australian projects really add weight to what we're doing is they are drill ready. So particularly at our Cummins project, we've got some existing work there that was done back in the 60s by a French company that's defined a very clear paleo channel for us with anomalous uranium in it. So we've got walk-up and drill targets ready to go. And this is in an area that is known to host uranium. We've got some peers right around us with very similar styles of mineralisation. So it really sort of adds a bit of momentum to what we're doing and really gives some really early things for us to go and chase. Up at the Harris Greenstone project, that's not quite as advanced as Cummins, but again, it's in an area that's very well endowed with uranium. It's in a known district, so we've got paleo channels to chase there as well that are hosting uranium just outside our project. So really excited to get into these because we can get our teeth into them straight away while we sort of percolate along with our Brazilian and Namibian assets.
Fantastic. So Core just received firm commitments to raise $3.7 million. How does the company plan to use these funds?
Well, clearly we'll be getting stuck into drilling in South Australia. We're busy with our permitting and those sorts of things at the moment, and we expect to be drilling there in the next sort of couple of months, which is great. So whilst we're going to spread that money across all of the projects, we'll be advancing Brazil, we'll be advancing Namibia, but because we've got these targets ready to go and hit in South Australia, we'll obviously focus some funds there straight away and get underway as quickly as we can. So that'll take up a bit more of the funds to start with, but it'll be evenly across all of the tenements. And with the nature of the drilling that we're doing, it's very good value for money. It's very shallow, fast air core drilling, so good bang for buck with what we're going to spend there.
And Tony, lastly, what sort of news flow can investors expect from Core Energy over the next coming months?
Yeah, so again, focused in South Australia, we'll be obviously getting our permits. They'll be going in this week. So once we get those, that's probably 6 to 8 weeks, we'll get those permits done, and then we'll be straight into drilling. So hopefully by the end of the first quarter, we'll have the rigs turning, which will be great. If not, very beginning of quarter two, we'll be into that. So then obviously news flow will be starting drilling and results, of course. We know that we've got targets to go and hit there. We know we've got uranium in the ground. So we're expecting some good news flow out of that. And then obviously in parallel with that, we'll be progressing our tenements in Brazil and in Namibia as well. So there's going to be a lot of activity now. We're cashed up and ready to go. We'll have boots on the ground across all three jurisdictions. So a really exciting times for us coming.
Certainly a busy first quarter of 2025 to look forward to at Core Energy Minerals. Tony, thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.